Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about multiple streams of income. So, I was just going to retitle this basically Money version 2, but I really wanted to discuss something that I feel is maybe misunderstood, which is multiple streams of income. So, for me, when I was first working in, because I've had like multiple jobs, but when I was working in any of those jobs, I used to hear about multiple streams of income. You want to have it, you want to be as diversified as possible, and you want to do all these things. For me, the I just kind of want to lay out how I feel about it, what you should maybe think about doing if you want to increase your financial well-being. Number one is strengthen the income stream that you have, the main one. So for me, while I was working at my previous job, I did everything I could to make myself more valuable. So this is something that you may be able to do. You may be able to ask upper management, "Hey, is there anything I can do to be able to get paid more?" I mean, don't just accept that they say, "Well, no," or "I don't think so," because you can do more. I used to come in 30 minutes early and do the responsibility of another person. I used to stay an hour later and do the responsibility of two people. So I was basically being four people. I was myself during the middle. I was doing the responsibility of someone earlier. So that's two people. And then I was doing the responsibility of two people at the end. So four people in total is the amount of work I was doing. But for me, I did that so I could make more money. I could strengthen that income stream. And for me, for everyone watching this, I just want you to understand I don't have a college degree. When I got to that job of that Fortune 100 company, I was in a warehouse. I started ground floor. I was blessed to get that job, but that job was backbreaking work that I knew I did not want to break myself for the rest of my life. So the only way to not do that was to move up. So initially, I just did everything I could to survive. I just learned the job and tried to survive through it, tried to live through it because I was sitting there working 15 plus hour shifts that first year. I actually ended up working 21 hours one day, just some insane hours. And I remember very well just not wanting to do that again. So I ended up doing all I could to get into a position where, and that time I actually didn't get paid more because they had already filled that position before I came to work for them, but they made me a position, and even though I didn't get paid more, I didn't have to break my body. Then I was able to at least be in a spot where I could learn the back office. I could learn the computer systems, the software and stuff. That way, when my time came, I'd be able to progress. So after that, I was able to move up in that company, make myself more valuable. Every time I got a promotion, I learned everything I could from the person above me, from the person to the right of me, from the people below me. I learned as much as I could. That way, I could make myself as valuable as possible, as quick as possible, so I could continue to progress. So that's tip number one from me is strengthen your main income stream. It may be possible for you to find a second income stream in your job. You may be able to be, I'm not even entirely sure, but maybe you're a salesman. And then on top of that, maybe you can do photography for your company. So if you could do both of those things, that so you can kind of keep it parallel, you could make more money. The other thing is you want if you are a business, let's say, and this is something that I think a lot of people miss. I spoke to someone last night where they were talking about this coach who she had made a $500,000, but she was actually shutting it down to go start something brand new because she was so burned out because she couldn't build a team around it and duplicate herself. But the thing is she could, and she has a T-shirt brand that did a couple $100,000, but she's shutting that down too because she couldn't duplicate herself and build a team around it. In those aspects, a lot of people miss what I believe is going to be what is right now. I'm not even going to say the future, it's right now. And that is e-commerce. You need to learn some kind of e-commerce if you are a startup or if you're a brand. It's the easiest, lowest barrier to entry. There's a multitude of places that you can start. You can start with your own Facebook. This is something that we did. We started on our own Facebook. And so with Facebook, I mean, we were able to make thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars just off of Facebook. And we were able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars on Amazon. We are scaling brands off of Etsy. We're scaling brands off of Shopify. All these different things that you can do. And I mean, I've just listed 4, and there's multitudes more. And I just want you to get the concept that e-commerce is right now something that you can learn and you can do. You can, even if you're somebody out there that's maybe seeing this and you don't have a lot of money, that's fine. You can still get started with your personal Facebook. Don't let that stop you. Figure out what your goal is for your life, what you want to do, and say, okay, I have a picture of a Koenigsegg Gemera on my desktop. Maybe you say, I want that car. If you say, I want that car, and you're working at McDonald's or you're working in a warehouse like I was, and you're making not a lot of money, then start doing something. Maybe you just are able to put a little bit away each month, or you're just breaking even. You can do, this is what I would suggest. Everyone that I know, including myself, has stuff they don't need. So start selling some stuff. But don't sell the stuff, hear me out. Don't sell the stuff to be able to take that money and go spend it. Sell the stuff to take that money and then reinvest it. And it's probably going to be very little. When my wife and I moved to where we are now, we sold stuff and made $1,000, and we reinvested that in sending me to go learn about real estate. So we recycled money, basically. So in those terms, take that money and invest it in yourself. Learn, in my opinion, go learn e-commerce. That way you can start figuring out how to do something with a brand. Or making yourself a brand. Even you can just sit there and just post content until people start to know you. There's just a ton of different ways. But once you find your thing, you can build one solid stream of income off of it. Then you can, especially depending on the platform, you can build multiple streams on that same platform. So, I mean, for us, for my wife and I, we have 8 different streams of income, 3 different brands that we own. So just bear in mind that we did all this in the last year. So you can do this the same way I can, or we did, is you want to find one thing, strengthen that mainstream. That's what we did first. And then once we figured out that one stream on one platform, we scaled and added 3 more on the same platform. Then we went to another platform and added 2 more. And then we went to another platform and added 2 more. So that's what you want to do. You want to find a platform, get really good at it, scale it. There's people on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, who are wildly successful, and what they did is just build Shopify brands. So that means that they found one platform, figured out how to make a brand, and then just duplicated it. That's what you want to do. You don't want to go find something, strengthen it. Let's say it's e-commerce, and then say, I'm going to go learn real estate, and I'm going to go flip cars, and I'm going to go sell furniture. Like, unless it's in the same vein, don't do it, because then you're going to spread yourself too thin, and the main thing all of a sudden starts becoming less because you're not paying attention to it. So I just want to thank you guys for joining me today, learning a little bit more about parallel income streams, how to strengthen your income streams. So I'm doing these every day. My hair a little crazy today. I woke up a little bit later than normal, but I really do appreciate you guys watching. Please let me know if you are enjoying these, or if you want me to switch it up or do something different. Leave me a comment down below. If you are enjoying these, please think about leaving me a like, as it really helps me in that YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.